What is up, everyone? Please take a second to hit that like button. The more likes that we get in a short period of time, the more people the algorithm will bring into the chat to come and hang out with us and see what's going on. So please hit that like button. Let me know how you're doing, and happy freedom. Well, I'm late, but you know, another day. It's just another day. I appreciate you hooligans being here. USA forever. You were first today. You were absolutely first. Appreciate you running to the live. What's up, Betsy? What's up, GQ? What's up, Adrian? What's up, Rasta? What's up, Mike Drop? What's up, Nagasaki? Happy freedom. What's up, Kevin? What's up, Lifelike? What's up, Mandy? What's up, Robert? What's up, Sawdog? What is up, everyone? Appreciate you guys being here. I'm going to read through the chats really quick, and then we will get started. I tell you what, it was hard to find news that didn't involve the Chinese balloon that, you know, is just monitoring us. That's pretty much all the news is talking about, but I did find some other goodies. Let's see. What's up, Ventura? What's up, Teluvian? What's up, Toy Mafia? Appreciate you guys being over here on the JeffMAC Live YouTube channel. What's up, Two Ruby Shoes? What's up, everyone on Twitch? Happy freedom, Snooks. What's up, everyone on Odyssey? Took 3 hours yesterday, but I did get all the replays up on Odyssey, so you know that's nice for you guys to hang out on Odyssey. Those videos are up from yesterday, including the Trump interview that we covered. What's up, Joe? What's up, Serum? What's up, everyone on Rumble? Okay, Serum. If I get a YouTube notification and go to Rumble before the notification, then it really messes up. I actually never get notifications from Rumble. I follow Right Side Broadcasting, Trump, I think Oreo. I don't know. I follow a couple people. Never ever do I get notifications from Rumble. I'll get them in email like a week and a half later. I'll be like, oh, you went live 14 days ago, 9 days ago. Okay. Whatever. Well, Facebook, nothing like putting me out there in an unflattering way. Caught me laughing. It sounded like I blew my bike tire. That's all right. Happy freedom, Anthony. What's up, Donna Sparks? What's up, Dana? Appreciate you guys being here. What's up, everyone on Facebook? So today, well, later today, we'll be covering Old Man Walter and Hyena Harris delivering remarks on water infrastructure investment. That'll be taking place at 3:15 Eastern time. Hour and 20 so minutes from now. I don't think we're going to run that into Coffee with Hooligans, but we'll see. Either way, we will be covering it. But as far as Coffee with Hooligans, we're going to be covering Old Man Walter delivering remarks on the January jobs report that just took place earlier this morning. It's a pretty short video. It's not like yesterday. It's not going to be 40 minutes of him rambling. Then we're going to cover a short video titled Blinken Postpones Trip to China After Suspected Spy Balloon Spotted Over the U.S. Then we'll be covering another short video that is titled China Acknowledges Alleged Spy Balloon as Civilian Airship. Which I don't think anyone's believing that. And then we will be moving to a video, a very short video that is titled Female Swimmer Rips NCAA Over Sharing Locker Room with Biological Men. No shapeshifters. Then we're going to be covering a short video titled Tense Debate Before Omar is Ousted from the Committee, which I think a lot of people have seen that video with AOC losing her marbles. So we're going to be showing that. And then we will be covering a video that is titled Hunter Biden Laptop Repairman Tells All to Tucker. Tucker Carlson cracks me up. He is awesome. I can't even believe that there's actually people out there that don't like him. And the only thing I can think of is it's either his skin color or they're just in denial and they're so full of propaganda that they don't know which way is up. I don't know how people don't like Tucker Carlson. Cracks me up. He's almost like Peter Doocy, but funnier. But that's my opinion, I suppose. I'm going to read through the chat really quick, and then we're going to move forward. Kevin, if you want to post any content on the internet in Canada, you have to get permission from the CRTC. If you don't toe the narrative, you don't get a voice. Yeah, they do. I mean, one thing I learned about the convoy is people who run YouTube channels in Canada, they don't make as much as Americans do because they have to pay into a fee for not being in America. So I thought that was really strange, and that's when I knew the internet was not equal for everyone. I thought we were all being oppressed the same, but I guess not. It is different in every country. Happy Freedom Blaine. Let's see. Oh my goodness, I don't know if you guys follow me on Twitter, but I'm making everybody mad. It's like 2 days in a row now. I'm being quoted and people commenting under me because I'm talking about how I think all Americans should have guns. We should be trained to be able to properly use them and store them. Every American should have one or two or as many as you want, but you should at least start with one. Oh my goodness, the people crying about that stuff. Love it. I love it. Talking about shape-shifting predators. People don't like that. I don't care. Love it. Love it. Making them cry real hard on Twitter. They used to come here and cry for me on YouTube, but they don't do that anymore. I guess they've all retracted back to Twitter. So I'm kicking the hornet's nest with steel-toe boots on. They've never seen work boots like this. So yeah, if you guys got Twitter, definitely go follow me on Twitter because I'm making head split and eyes roll full of tears, and I love it. It's so good. It's so good. Just practicing my trolling. We don't have them here in the chat, so I got to go find them. It's good stuff. You guys should go check that out. It's probably just as entertaining as being here on the live, I imagine. And we just had a report from Klaus Daniels. Maybe we should put that up during the live. I know some of you seen it, but probably one of the better interviews on the Chinese spy balloon, I believe. I don't know. We'll see if we cover it or not. Drop some ones in the chat. Drop some coffees in the chat if you are ready to go. I am all juiced up and ready to go. Not like old man Walter. Calm on down. Okay. I'm just on my 15th cup of coffee already, and I've only been awake an hour. I've been wondering if I should recategorize these lives from entertainment to just straight comedy. I don't know. Let me know when I reach comedic status. Sam, you're on the JeffMAC live YouTube channel, not the regular JeffMAC channel. I know it's confusing. I'm actually not really allowed to explain it according to community guidelines, but that's why you don't see the badges and stuff over there. We're just building that channel up as a second channel, so that's why there's no badges or anything. And it's really weird because some days all the names are multicolored like on Twitch, and then like today it's not. All the names are gray or whatever color that is. My eyes are great. Let's see. Thanks so much, Snooks, for continuing the membership program over on Twitch for 10 months. You're officially a hooligan. I appreciate you. Thank you. Snooks, am I up on Rumble? I hope so. Oh yeah, we're up on Rumble. Serum can see Douglas' huge hands there. Those hands are huge. Probably packing in the dress as well. I guess we're not going to get the usual signing individual over in the corner. Alright, I'm seeing the coffees in the chat. Let's get her started, hooligans.
Good morning, everyone. Please sit down. Thank you.
Hello.
I'll be short. But I have some good news. Before I head to Philadelphia, I wanted to say a few words about I think is strikingly good news that we just received. Next week, I'll be reporting on the State of the Union. But today I'm happy to report that the State of the Union and the state of our economy is strong. This morning, the economy has created 517,000 jobs just last month, more than 500,000 jobs in just the month of January. In addition, we also learned that there are 500,000 more jobs created last year than we thought. So the January report is updated. The December report is updated. Add that all up, it means we created 12 million jobs since I took office.
So they're hiring? Because otherwise, how are they creating jobs?
In any presidential term, at any time.
Ever.
That's the strongest 2 years of job growth in history. By a long shot. As my dad used to say, a job's about a lot more than a paycheck. It's like dignity.
Said the prostitute.
More Americans get up every morning knowing they can provide for their families with the dignity and sense of self-worth that had been missing. We also learned that the unemployment rate fell to 3.4%. 3.4%. That's the lowest in 54 years. In fact, the last time unemployment rate was that low was May of 1969. Think about that. And what's more, Black and Hispanic unemployment are near record lows. This matters. The more working-age folks coming to the labor market looking for jobs last month than have in a long while. That is, remember all the talk about no one's looking for, we need more people coming into the market. Well, more people are coming into the market looking for jobs and getting jobs. A positive sign for the health of the economy going forward. And even as the job market reaches historic highs, inflation continues to come down. Inflation has now fallen for 6 straight months. Gas prices are down more than $1.50 a gallon since their peak. Food inflation is falling as well. And as inflation is coming down, take-home pay for workers is going up. Real wages are up. Wages for lower-income, middle-income workers have gone up even more. Couple that with a 2.9% economic growth last quarter. And here's where we stand.
Look at Garth Hands.
Strongest job growth in history. The lowest unemployment rate in 54 years.
Lieutenant Sausage Fingers.
Rebounding at a faster rate than in the last 40 years. Inflation coming down. Real wages going up, but moderately going up.
Real racist.
The economy growing at a solid clip. Put simply, I would argue the Biden economic plan is working. For the past 2 years, we've heard a chorus of critics write off my economic plan. They said it's just not possible to grow the economy from the bottom up and the middle out. They said
you got to do it from the top down, bottom up.
They said we can't make things in America anymore.
Come on, man.
That somehow adding jobs was a bad thing. Well, or that the only way to slow down inflation was to destroy jobs. Well, today's data makes crystal clear what I've always known in my gut. These critics and cynics are wrong. While we may face setbacks along the way, and there will be some, there's more work to do, it's clear. Our plan is working because of the grit and resolve of the American worker. We're going to keep lowering costs for families, from lowering costs in health care, prescription drugs, clean energy. Because we passed that legislation, we're going to be rolling it out this whole year. We're going to keep seeing shovels hitting the ground all around the country to rebuild the infrastructure and supply chains.
I thought he meant burying bodies.
And in communities across the country that were too easily written off for dead, we're going to not only see jobs coming back, but a sense of self-worth and pride coming back. Nothing worse than when a city has a major manufacturer leave, shut down, and all of a sudden your kid getting out of high school or college says, "Mom, we got to move. Nothing here for me anymore. Nothing here." Well, I'm intent on changing that in the heartland as well. That's how we build an America where we all can take pride in working families, have good jobs, and a little more breathing room.
Instead of relying on the government to provide more money and government programs for welfare, maybe we should have programs to teach people to be entrepreneurs and build businesses. So if you do live in a location that does not have jobs, maybe you could find a way to provide jobs to other starving Americans in your area. To me, that makes a lot more sense than trying to ask the government for help, because you know how the government refers to health care.
Do you take any blame for inflation, Mr. President?
Am I taking blame for inflation? No.
Why not?
Because it was already there when I got here, man. Remember what the economy was like when I got here? Jobs were hemorrhaging. Inflation was rising. We weren't manufacturing a damn thing here. We were in real economic difficulty.
He believes that.
Thank you.
China's claiming this was a weather balloon.
Huge trash bag. I wish we had a press briefing today, especially because Corrine said that we would. She said, "Oh, I'll see you guys tomorrow for Friday's press briefing." Today's Friday. There's no press briefing scheduled today. At least not yet. It's not on the schedule at this time. But then Corrine's gonna come out and be like, "Most transparent president of all time." Can't answer questions about the Chinese spy balloon flying over. I keep wanting to go outside and see it, but the earth isn't as flat as everyone says. I'm pretty sure I can't see it from Michigan. Plus, I think the temptation to try and take it out of the sky would just be too much. I'm waiting for someone to take it out of the sky. I've said this a few times now. If me or you made a device the size of 3 school buses, like they're saying this Chinese spy balloon is, and flew that way up in the sky, you'd probably be taken out as a terrorist, potential white supremacist, and probably a Trump supporter. That thing would never make it, above commercial air flight zones and stuff like that. Your face would be all over the news as, #1 bad guy of the year, or bad woman, I suppose. But China flies this over here, monitors us, keeps track of us, or whatever it's doing. Nah, it's okay. No, that's no infringement. These things are all right. I said something about that on Twitter. 400 people jumped out and was like, "Well, what about the one time that the U.S. went over here and did that and blah, 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 blah." That is so stupid. That is the dumbest mentality ever. That's like saying, if somebody broke into your house, you now have the right to go break into their house. And I think we all know where an eye for an eye falls. Now, of course, I believe in equality, and you punch me in the face, I'm going to punch you back. But I also believe in doing the right thing. And I think in certain situations, retaliation isn't the answer. Standing above it and not bowing down to the behavior of the idiots around you and just having a little integrity to do the right thing is usually the high road, in my opinion. I can't believe everybody's like, "Well, it's okay that China has a balloon here monitoring us because the U.S. is inside of every other country monitoring them." Stupid. So stupid. I can't believe it. I'm telling you, go follow me on Twitter. I'm burning those people down. Anyways, moving forward. Next, we're going to cover it's a little over 3 minutes. A video titled "Blinken Postpones Trip to China After Suspected Spy Balloon is Spotted Over the U.S." Give me a second here while I get this pulled up. Happy Freedom, Kelly. Thanks for being here. Come on, hooligans. Rack those likes up. More likes, more hooligans. Let's get this chat boosted. We've got quite a few more things to cover. Adam, what do you think the balloon is? A bioweapon or a surveillance aircraft or both? I don't know. I don't know what it is. Really, it could just be a prank. Could you imagine if that happened? They're like, "Oh, no, it's actually an April Fool's joke. It's just started off a little early." That's probably what they'll say. Just deny accountability from the government and from China and everybody else. I don't know what it is. I really don't know. If anything, it could just be a distraction. Think about how much news is covering this. Like I said when I started, it was really hard to find news that was not talking about the balloon. So what if this is just a big old psyop? Like, hey, look over here while we do some stuff behind the scenes, and you guys won't be asking questions why we're not disclosing information about these other subjects, like classified documents and Hunter laptop and all these other things, and maybe even new things we don't even know about because everybody's got their face in the sky waiting for the sky to fall because there's a balloon flying overhead. I guess we won't really know until we see what the outcome is. If there's no actual outcome, then we'll know that they got us. They tricked us. we fell for the old look over here routine, but we'll see how it goes. John Costello, who knows? There could be more than one. That's interesting because they actually talk about that kind of stuff in these videos. So we're going to go ahead and get this rolling.
China says this suspected spy balloon over the U.S. is a civilian airship used for weather research, just as Canada says it's monitoring a potential second incident. We're likely going to hear more from the Pentagon at noon, but walk us through what we know at this hour.
You hooligans are smart. You're right on it.
High-altitude surveillance balloon has been over Canada and the United States for the past several days. During that entire time, the U.S. military has been tracking it and watching its movement, trying to figure out exactly how capable this is of gathering intelligence. It got to the point where they were so concerned that Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin on Wednesday convened this meeting with his senior leaders. Austin was in Manila at the time, so in the middle of the night, he brought together the chairman of the Joint Chiefs, the head of Northcom and NORAD, General Glenn Van Herk. He called them all together and said, let's figure out what this thing is doing and where it could be heading and whether action needs to be taken. When they discussed the possible courses of action to take, one of those included taking it out. And it got to the point where on Wednesday, NORAD actually brought in aircraft, including an AWACS, to try to surveil this craft, this balloon, and also F-22s, which have very advanced surveillance capabilities, but also have the ability to take this out if that was decided. Ultimately, the military leaders decided that if they were to bring this thing down in a kinetic way, it could potentially leave a large debris field on the ground, putting potentially civilians and infrastructure in danger. They decided that that was not going to be their recommendation. They took that recommendation to President Biden on Wednesday. He concurred. So at this point, they are still watching it. Now, defense officials will not say, they're acknowledging that it was over Billings, Montana on Wednesday when all this was going down. They will not say where it is, other than to say that it's still over the continental U.S. A defense official telling me they are literally watching it minute by minute and reserve the right to still take some sort of action if they decide to, Lindsay.
Kristen, the president very specifically closed the door to questions in the last hour. We know Secretary Blinken has postponed his planned trip to China. How is the White House trying to navigate this?
Lindsay, this is incredibly complicated, and you're absolutely right. During his remarks on the jobs numbers, he said he would only take questions about the economy. So we shouted a number of questions at him about this Chinese balloon or suspected Chinese balloon. He did not answer any of them. Now, this morning, a National Security Council official telling me that the president has been briefed yet again on this situation. And as Court just said, they do not believe that the balloon currently presents a military threat to the people on the ground. And it does come as Secretary of State Antony Blinken announced that he will postpone his trip to China. He was set to be there, to be the most senior administration official to visit the country and the first Secretary of State to head to China in 6 years. So this was going to be really significant. This was aimed at being really a reset, Lindsay, in this relationship, because if you take a step back, the relationship between the U.S. and China has been incredibly strained in recent years. Think about it. The wake of COVID-19, the resulting lockdowns there in China, as well as, of course, the ongoing tariff negotiations and other foreign policy flashpoints. Now, President Biden and President Xi met in person for the first time in November, signaling the potential for improvement in what is considered one of the most important and fraught relationships between the two countries. So this is really a significant moment, Lindsay, particularly as you think about the potential geopolitical implications of it.
As we work to install.
John Costello. But where is it at? Apparently it's over Tennessee and Alabama now. That's what I'm hearing. Obviously there's no actual confirmation. I'm just kind of seeing people saying, oh, I'm here recording in this location. Here it is in the sky. Thing is if you shot that thing out of the sky, you'd be a terrorist so quick. Oh my goodness. It's almost like they're protecting it, which is pretty weird if China owns it. We're going to watch these guys just bury us. And I don't think anyone's going to do anything. I think people are so content that they're waiting for someone else to save us. But the other problem is, what do we do? Because any other action is giving all these people what they want. You know, as soon as anyone steps against Antifa, shoots down the spy drone, tries to protect the border, or anything else that would keep Americans safe, you'd be falling right for the agenda. Like, right for the agenda. They'd be like, oh, look at the white rage spilling out into the streets. Da-da-da-da-da. Oh, That's what they want so bad. They got us gridlocked. We're just sitting here watching the country burn in silence. Because if you make a move, you'll give them what they want. What's up, God Rides a Harley? I have not seen that. I have not seen that video. I will, if you get a chance, send it to me so I can check it out. Cheeky Chops, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Drew, it's over Missouri. Yeah, I don't know. I also see people saying, like, don't look at it. Like, it's scanning your face. It's going for facial recognition so the Chinese can find you on TikTok. Don't look straight at the balloon. You'll turn to stone, or you'll pee your pants. You'll become Old Man Walter. Just reading through the chat really quick. Sam, I'm saying that's Old Man Walter. He's building the middle class from top down, bottom up. He kills me with that nonsense. I'm sure he actually believes that. Sam, the balloon has maneuvered, which is very unusual. We haven't destroyed it, which implies it is maybe a weapon. China is showing us what they are capable of with this as well. This is really serious. They could deliver weapons in this manner. Oh yeah, there's all kinds of stuff they could do. There's all kinds of stuff they could do. We have another video or two talking about it, so I don't want to, get ahead of the videos here. But yeah, just, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make any sense. If it's not ours, why is it in our airspace? And then the fact that it's as big as 3 school buses makes it even worse. Like, makes it way worse. And you guys will pick up what I'm laying down after we cover this next video, so just a moment. Dana, oh no, I'm in Tennessee. Go look outside and see if you see a Chinese spy balloon. But like, wear sunglasses, maybe even a compliance cloth. Then they'll think you're a liberal, and you'll be super safe because the government only protects liberals. Oh my goodness, here's this. Oh my God, this special individual shows up every once in a while to tell us all the bad things Trump does, because that matters. Because that matters so much. That is affecting us so much. Oh my God. Trump this one time did this one thing, and now I gotta have a man pond. I'm just menstruating so hard I don't know what to do. Maybe I'll put on a dress and, I don't know, go to a show, maybe read to some children. Get out of my chat with that nonsense. Cry hard for me somewhere else. So the next video we're gonna cover is about 5.5 minutes long, titled China Acknowledges Alleged Spy Balloon and as a civilian airship. I don't know why the title's wrote incorrectly, and I've read it incorrectly twice. Either way, moving forward.
Communists
Calling out this idiot in my chat. Communist.
eye in the sky. That's what they're calling it. So the Pentagon says the balloon does not pose a threat. It is moving well above air traffic, commercial air traffic, but officials are advising the president not to shoot it down over concerns that falling debris from this balloon could hurt people on the ground.
So here's what we think we know. The balloon entered U.S. airspace a couple of days ago. It flew eastward into Montana. It's not clear what it was doing there, but the state is home to one of 3 U.S. Air Force bases with intercontinental ballistic missiles.
The discovery coming just days before Secretary of State Antony Blinken is scheduled to visit, guess where? Well, Beijing. Meanwhile, China reacting with a statement saying it is looking into the balloon, but General Jack Keane says he's not buying that.
What we do know is they've done this before. We know it's a spy balloon. It's going to depart at some time, and we don't want this to happen again, so shoot it down on the way home, over mountains, or when it gets back out at sea. We already know who's spying. To me, it's about deterrence.
Chief National Security Correspondent Jennifer Griffin has more from the Pentagon. Jennifer, what do we know this morning?
Well, Dana, the Chinese Foreign Ministry just released a statement in which it claimed responsibility for the balloon, claiming it is, quote, a civilian airship used for civilian research, mainly meteorological purposes. In other words, it's a weather balloon. No reaction yet from the Pentagon.
Kind of like the Roswell Project.
Beijing has sent this kind of spy balloon over U.S. territory. They've done so before over Hawaii and Guam. Canada is now reporting that they may have spotted a second balloon and are monitoring. The Pentagon has been watching this balloon for several days. I'm told that the president has not ruled out shooting down the balloon, but simply wants to avoid the possibility of American civilian casualties. The balloon is the size of 3 Greyhound buses and has heavy equipment hanging from beneath it. A senior defense official told reporters the Chinese surveillance balloon appears to have been sent by Beijing to spy on sensitive sites in Montana, one of 3 U.S. bases where the U.S. houses its intercontinental ballistic missiles and nuclear missile silos.
The balloon is currently traveling at an altitude well above commercial air traffic and does not present a military or physical threat to people on the ground. Instances of this kind of balloon activity have been observed previously over the past several years. Once the balloon was detected, the U.S. government acted immediately to protect against the collection of sensitive information.
The U.S. military scrambled F-22 fighter jets Wednesday and closed the Billings, Montana airport for 2 hours, ordering a ground stoppage in case the president gave an order to shoot the balloon down. The president was briefed by his national security team about his options. President Biden was advised by his military chiefs about the possibility for civilian casualties if they were to shoot the balloon down over the continental U.S., adding the surveillance balloon does not provide the Chinese government with more intelligence than it can glean from existing low-orbit satellites. U.S. officials tell me they have mitigated the ability for this balloon to survey any sensitive sites, blocking it from doing so, and that they are learning a lot by monitoring the balloon. Dana?
Jennifer, a lot of people are wondering why the administration wouldn't have just shot it out of the sky immediately, especially if it was over uninhabited mountainous areas in Montana. Is there any good reason for that?
I think from the discussions that I've had is that there is no way, given the size of this thing, the potential debris field, that even in areas that you think are uninhabited, it wasn't clear that they could take a shot and avoid any civilian casualties. And so I think that is the consideration. They have not ruled out shooting it down eventually, but there are other ways that they may be able to deal with it. They have other options that, I think it's a wait-and-see moment, and I think there's a feeling that this was sent by China at a sensitive time ahead of Secretary of State Antony Blinken's visit to Beijing. Remember, the defense secretary...
Why does that matter?
The Philippines managed to get 4 new bases that the U.S. is able to use for its military to counter China in the region, and so this is such a thing that most people assume that the Chinese wanted this to be seen. And so the question is really, what intelligence value did it have?
Yeah, one more, Jennifer. Says it was flying higher than commercial aircraft. So if an airplane flies at 35,000 feet, what is this? Is it 50,000 or higher?
60,000 feet is what I'm told, so that's about twice as what an airplane flies, though some pilots, we're told, were reporting visually being able to see the balloon. You've obviously seen some of the photographs that have been taken, but no, 60,000 feet, so it's very much above commercial aircraft
Thank you,
travel.
Jennifer. Back to you throughout the day when we get more.
Thank you.
Nice to see you from the Pentagon, Jennifer Griffin.
I'm Steve Ducey.
Yeah, okay. What I think is wild is that we have the technology to fuel aircrafts while still in flight. I mean, take a plane, connect it to another plane while they're flying through the sky, and fill it up with fuel. Why is our only options to shoot it down or let it be? We can't capture it? We couldn't just go up there and snatch that thing out of the sky and study it like on the ground without having to destroy it above American heads? I don't know. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. They act like their hands are tied or something. Thank you so much, K-Love, for that 300 bits on Twitch. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you so much, Tara, for that $5 donation on YouTube. You're awesome. Thank you. All right, hooligans. We're going to be moving forward. Let me read through the chat really quick, though. I don't want to race through this. I think we only got another video or two. And that may be all on the China balloon at this time. You guys crack me up with the peaceful balloon comments. This is a balloon of peace. You guys are super hilarious. Cool guy. This is BS 100%. I'm thinking so too. I'm thinking so too. I think this is a really simple way for them to not talk about the warship that's on our coast and stuff like that I'm seeing you hooligans mention in the chat. It's not the balloon, it's a Death Star. I would, you know, I don't know, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if it was the Death Star. It did belong to China, and our government wasn't doing anything to stop it. None of that would surprise me. It could be flown by Antifa, and I still wouldn't be surprised. I could keep going, but I'm just going to get myself painted into a corner here. Happy Freedom CB. Thanks for being here. Brad Red Dawn. Who did I see say that? Somebody on Twitter. What is his name? Something Plebisac. He was mentioning that earlier. Cool guy. CCP is getting bold. What if Old Man Walter invited it? What if he was like, yeah, that's cool. You just come over, send your little balloons over here, monitor our missile silos and, you know, military bases and stuff. That's cool. It's all good. I mean, they're allowing them to bring fentanyl in from the southern border. Like, that's where it's made. China. I don't know. Thank you so much, Ocean Frog, for continuing the membership program for 10 months. I appreciate you. You're officially a hooligan. All right. I can't say their name, cool guy. Yeah, I can't post a... I don't know. You guys know what I'm talking about. I always say Plebisac. That's politically correct. Mr. Mountain, no, not fill the balloon with fuel. I mean, we might as well. We're not going to take it down. Happy Freedom. Sam, I skydived with a guy who was the stunt coordinator for the original Red Dawn. That is so awesome. If you guys don't know, Sam is really big into skydiving. Like the biggest. And he has some of the most amazing photos and videos that I've ever seen of skydiving. Sam's the man. You see him, you know, you're in the presence of someone who's badass. Certified badass. I'm JeffMAC, and I approve of this message. Lola, they could at least try and capture it. See, it's weird. It's really weird. If we tried to do this, we would be terrorists. China does it. Everybody look at the balloon. Take some pictures. I'm waiting for selfies. You know, where they like hold it down so they got the balloon in the background. They're just like, China balloon 2023. I'm waiting for it. If I could see it, I'd be the first one to do it. Anthony Medic. Every time I see the word medic, I just think of what's his face and his arm all blown off after having a incident with Kyle Rittenhouse. I will hear his voice in my head forever. Moving forward, this next video, about a minute and a half. Female swimmer rips NCAA over sharing locker rooms with a biological male. So we will be moving right into this.
No one has asked us.
Edward's always telling me it's like herding cats. That's how I feel about controlling YouTube at this point with their goofy updates and all that. Trying to make it more app-like even while on a PC. Alright, drop some ones in the chat if you're ready to move forward with this video. I'm going to read through everyone's comments really quick. Shanti, it's a new planet. Who knows? Who knows? You're going to get all the flat earthers in here be like, no, it's part of the firmament. I don't know. Who knows what it is? I don't know. My money's on a distraction at this point. It's kind of silly if you think about it. The whole country is monitoring a balloon in the sky. It does have potential to be a threat. But if it's just a balloon, think about how silly we're all being. It's not our fault. We're being manipulated by something bigger than us. But still. Alright, I'm seeing the ones in the chat. Let's get her started.
Has asked us how we felt. We exist to validate a male's identity. But the Ivy League, Leah Thomas's teammates, actually, when they were concerned about the locker room situation and they sent an email to the Ivy League and the NCAA, their response was, here are some counseling resources you should seek if you feel comfortable seeing male genitalia in your locker room. And then they were referred to the LGBTQ Education Center to educate themselves on the oppression that these athletes are dealing with. So no one within the NCAA is willing to acknowledge us, our feelings, our safety, our privacy. I've really tried. I feel like it's really only happened like the past couple weeks where I like get emotional talking about like the locker room scene, because it is just so wild that you can turn around and see a 6'4" biological man pull his pants down watching you undress, and no one is willing to stick up for you. It just, I've done a good job not getting emotional, but it just, I see what all is on the line. I see who fought for this. I am fortunate or hopeful one day that I'll be able to have little daughters, and I do not ever want to have to imagine them in a situation where they're faced with that. Oh, it's just...
I totally agree. I don't think shape-shifting predators should be allowed to do whatever they want and say whatever they want and infringe on everybody's rights. I don't agree with that at all. Not at all. And we're not going to get started on that because I'm going to end up burning my account, and I can't. If I get another strike on this YouTube channel, this could all really be over. I'm in a really tough spot. I've been trying to hold it together. But I have strong feelings in this topic. Very strong feelings. And I mean, it's at a point where I don't think I could see one of these individuals in person and not say something. I mean, they could just be standing there minding their own business, and I would still feel the obligation to go say something, because this path is not, it's not described in great detail, which is a good indication that the people who say they care about third parties don't actually care. They care about the agenda that is being displayed, such as story time on these shows that are happening across the country, where these individuals are basically exposing themselves to children and their ignorant parents that brought them to these events. We captured some of it covering Oreo Express in California, where a drag show was taking place at a church that was inviting all ages, and I don't agree with that. Now, I believe everyone has the right to be happy, and you can play on whatever team you want to play on, but I think that the third-party individuals don't actually care about making their own space. They care about paving a way to hurt kids. That's it. Their whole existence is to pave a path to where they can hurt children. And I am not okay with that. Not at all. Not at all. I could not stress that enough. We have to save the kids. Always. Forever. Even criminals know that. You go to prison, the worst prisoners in there understand you do not hurt children, period. And that's where this is going. These shape-shifting predators, that's what they are. They're preying, NS. I can't call them that, but that's what they're doing. They're here to hurt children, regardless of them crying about rights and wanting to pee in a litter box and all that. The goal is to desensitize everyone, call everyone bigots and racist and white supremacists and phobias and blah, 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 blah. And plenty of people want to prove it's not a phobia. We're not afraid. We are here and willing to protect children. The problem is that no one else is standing up. No one is standing up for it. The people who are standing up are deplatformed. Now they're starting to debank people, where if you're not woke enough, they'll close your bank account. That bank will not back you. They may not even give you your money, because when you sign you sign the deal to get a bank account, you've agreed that when you give them money, that's their money. That's why they can take it and loan it out and collect interest on it and all that stuff. So people are being debanked now, and that's a problem. And so people who do speak against it, they're just being basically terminated and shut off from the world, which is why it's delicate to speak about. But that's the goal. You couldn't prove to me otherwise. You know how many hours of this nonsense I've watched sitting right here at this desk? Hundreds, if not thousands of hours of this kind of nonsense going on. It's not okay. And I will do whatever it takes to protect children. I know there's a lot of hooligans, Americans, Canadians, and other individuals that are feeling the same way. I will not tolerate shape-shifting predators preying on children. And that's where it's going. That's where it's going. You could think I'm wrong. You can be as mad as you want to. But watch it happen, because nobody's standing against it. Next, we'll be talking about a tense debate before Omar is ousted from the committee. This short video is not only hilarious, but it's only a minute and a half. So we will be moving forward to that.
I had a
Look at those eyes. Just nothing going on inside. Totally lizard face. Tell me that's not lizard face going on. I have to use my 5th and 6th and 7th idea, because the first 5 are all things that are inappropriate according to the community guidelines. We'll just get started. We'll just shut my face and get started.
member of the Republican caucus threatened my life, and you all and the Republican caucus rewarded him with one of the most prestigious committee assignments in this Congress. Don't tell me this is about consistency. Don't tell me that this is about a condemnation of
what the hell?
When you have a member of the Republican caucus who has talked about Jewish space lasers and an entire amount of tropes, and also elevated her to some of the highest committee assignments in this body. This is about targeting women of color in
Are they
the
friend or
United
foe?
States of America. Don't tell me, because I didn't get a single
Time has
apology
expired.
when my life was threatened. Thank you.
Today's resolution, as it relates to Representative Omar, details 6 statements she made as a sitting member of Congress that, under the totality of the circumstances, disqualify her from serving on the Committee on Foreign Affairs. It is important to note that this resolution is very narrowly tailored and does not prevent Representative Omar from serving on other committees. House Resolution 76 instead simply states that she cannot serve on a committee that receives classified briefings and is responsible for maintaining international diplomacy.
To be clear, the representative can say whatever the heck she wants, but we don't have to accept it or embrace it. Individuals who hold such hateful views should rightly be barred from that type of committee.
Posted a video.
Thank you so much, Lola, for that $5 donation on Rumble. I appreciate you. Thank you. Yeah, I don't think it's a weather balloon. Nah, I don't think so. There's AOC losing her marbles. She thought she was gaining some brownie points there, behaving that way, especially being boosted up by 2 individuals in the background. I don't know. Antagonizing things. Didn't do her no good, though, did it? Happy Freedom, Sam. Appreciate you watching on jeffmaclive.com. I tried to type it in the chat, but so much going on.
So we wondered what John Paul McIsaac thinks.
It's like setting a live trap trying to open these YouTube videos. I have autoplay set to off. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter at all. Video just comes out and gets you. It's like setting a mousetrap. You gotta just slowly talk to it like it's KJP. Hey, it'll be okay. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. It'll be all right. Because they have tampons in the men's bathroom now. I don't know. We'll be lucky if I survive this. Alright, so we're going to be covering this final video. It's not very long, just under 5 minutes. Let me find the title exactly. This video is titled Hunter Biden Laptop Repairman Tells All to Tucker. Now, I think Tucker Carlson is hilarious. I don't, religiously watch him, but the clips that I do see, I think are grand. Thanks to Snook, she sent me a lot of these videos. We're definitely going to cover this.
Thinks of this. He's the author of American Injustice. He joins us now with his lawyer, Brian Della Rocca. Thanks to you both very much.
I like his hat. It's fancy.
John Paul, just to you first, in the obvious question. So here, you really are the little guy in this case. You're literally a small business owner, and you're being threatened by the family that runs the country. Are you intimidated by this? You must be a little bit.
I'm a little bit, but you got to remember, Tucker, I've been dealing with intimidation from all fronts for the last couple of years, so I've kind of gotten used to it. This isn't as bad as being accused of being a traitor and working with Russia to affect an election, but it's pretty close.
So I would assume, as a small business owner, when someone drops a device off for you to repair, you want them to pick it up so you can get paid. I mean, I assume you didn't want to take possession of these devices, correct?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I'm in the business to recover data or repair and fix these products, and I want to get paid for these jobs. And
makes sense.
Yeah, but that's your fault now?
Apparently it is.
I want to ask your attorney a question as an attorney. And so Hunter Biden has hired, among many others, a man.
I'm gonna grab some coffee real quick.
A longtime Democratic lawyer, well regarded among lawyers, extremely expensive, probably one of the most expensive attorneys in the United States. Do you have any idea how Hunter Biden, who doesn't have a job that we know of, who's all kinds of claims against him, baby mama among others, how is he affording Abby Lowell?
Well, that's the question that I have as well. Way beyond that, how many attorneys does he need? He's got Abby Lowell. He's got attorneys representing him in quite a few of his criminal matters. How many does he need? And the fact that Abby Lowell actually went along with this letter, which really produced a lot of lies about John Paul, saying that John Paul accessed the information without Hunter's consent, when we have shown Hunter's consent. Everyone knows Hunter consented. The fact that this attorney would participate in this is, I just don't understand it.
Well, I mean, clearly this is not about Hunter Biden. Obviously, I'm guessing here I have no knowledge that I'm not disclosing. But if a lifelong crackhead who's fighting, a million different battles on a million different fronts and doesn't appear to have a job can afford Abby Lowell and a stable of other attorneys, this is clearly an effort by the Democratic establishment, by donors, to crush you guys for political reasons. Is that an unfair assumption?
Well, that's exactly, that was the first thing I thought of. I received no notification of these letters until someone from CBS contacted me yesterday. I was in the car and they asked for a comment, and I had no idea what they were talking about. When I read the letters, I was appalled. This is really someone with so much money, or acting like they have a lot of money, going after someone who is really the little guy. And he's doing it on purpose. He's trying to intimidate. And it's interesting to me that this happened when it did, because As you may know, we filed a lawsuit against numerous parties, CNN, Politico, but one of the parties is Hunter Biden. It was very difficult to
look at Tucker's face.
He was in D.C. for a couple weeks, and he was moving around.
It kind of makes me think of the face that Rick does in Rick and Morty.
To serve him last week, and now all of a sudden we see this. When there was always talk of, Hunter's going on the offensive, he's going after Rudy, he's going after all the...
Right.
Never a mention of John Paul. And then all of a sudden, two of the letters, the primary, most of the paragraphs, most of the description in the letters are John Paul.
Right. Well, right. Always pick the poorest guy to destroy. Uday and Kusei drive into you drunk, and you're the one who gets punished for it. But, Godspeed to you both. I appreciate it. John Paul McIsaac and Brian De La Rocca. Thank you both. Subscribe to the Fire.
All right, hooligans, we're gonna play this last video. This will be our final report on the China weather balloon. Captain Seamus, yeah, spot on, Rick and Morty. I love those sour faces that they do on Rick and Morty. I don't know if many of you have ever seen Rick and Morty, because I know it is ridiculous. But they do these sour faces where their like lips just kind of hanging and like drool coming down, like lights are on but no one's home, just for brief moments throughout the show. And Tucker Carlson has this weird face when he's listening, like kind of like he's in awe, but it just reminds me of those faces. If we cover more Tucker Carlson, which I don't know that we will, maybe I'll pull that up and make that his mascot picture. But we'll cover this last video. All right, breaking information on the Chinese spy balloon.
Mr. Mac, Big Klaus Daniels. Yeah. Are you made of chicken? You are. Boiled chicken nugget? Yeah. 13.5 pounder, huh? Yeah, I didn't know. You love America? Of course. Would you shoot down the Chinese spy balloon? Mr. Daniels. No comment at this time? Alright, well, we'll check again later. Mr. Meow.
Well, you have it right there directly from Klaus Danielson. No comment at this time, but he is aware of the Chinese spy balloon. He says he loves America, and that is all at this time. Probably the most informal Chinese video that we have covered on the Chinese spy balloon topic. So that's that. Now we're going to move to my spiel, and then we're going to do the Pledge of Allegiance. And then, like I said, at 3:15, which is in about an hour, we will have Old Man Walter and Hyena Harris delivering remarks on water infrastructure investment. They'll probably be late, so we're not going to wait for it. We'll just get through this last little bit, and then we're going to wrap this up, and then I will see you guys for the next live. That should be in a half hour plus, we'll say that. All right, let me pull up my website. Alright, hooligans, when you get a second, please go to jeffmaclive.com. You can also find the link in the description. On the homepage, it has all of my links listed. You can find the links to join Gilded for free. Gilded is currently the best way to receive notifications for when and where we go live, every single time we go live. You'll also receive notifications for important updates and things that I feel you guys should know, be aware of, and all of that. There's a news board on Gilded to keep you up to date with everything going on. There's a ton of hooligans in there to hang out with every day, all day, to chat about pretty much whatever you want. Also on the JeffMAC Live homepage, you can find links to the merch store if you would like to grab some merch. We have shirts, hoodies, stickers, and coffee mugs. Everything is displayed in black and white or white and black. But if you find something you like, click on that item to see all the colors that that item comes in. On the JeffMAC Live homepage, you can also find links to PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, Stripe, Zelle, or Buy Me a Coffee if you would like to support what I do. There's also links to the Amazon wish list if you would like to send me stuff. It's really easy to use. Anything you purchase directly from the wish list will be sent straight to me without having to seek information or anything like that. It's really easy. Also, on the 7th is Klaus Daniels' birthday. I put a couple items on there for Klaus Daniels. If you guys would like to send him stuff, we're going to make it real festive on Tuesday for his 1-year-old birthday. And then finally, on the JeffMAC Live homepage, you can find links to join the membership programs. We have memberships for YouTube, Gilded, Discord, Odyssey, Rumble, and Twitch. And I should probably add this. JeffMacLive.com has its own membership where we have a private community where you can watch the lives totally uncensored and, you know, say whatever you want in the chat. It won't be flagged. There's no mods or anything like that. Of course, I don't want you acting totally out of your mind. It is my room, like my house, right? It's my living room you're standing in, so don't come in thinking you're going to threaten me, threaten other hooligans, act totally racist or hateful in any kind of way like that. That will not be tolerated, and really that's my only community guideline. Outside of that, you will have your own profile that is very much like social media. Hashtags work. You can post pictures, video, audio, files, articles, links. You can even self-promote if you want to. If you run a business, you can put all your links for your business on there. You can even say that you're hiring. You can also put the requirements for the job you're hiring for. Other hooligans that see this, they can actually apply through your profile. They can list their skills and build resumes. You can do quotes. You can do all kinds of amazing things on jeffmaclive.com. Just check out the membership and stuff like that to gain access to the community. It's really neat. And there's no one monitoring us. I own the database. I am the only one that has access and rights to the database. So nobody but me is monitoring you, and I don't care enough to actually monitor you. So if you'd like to be somewhere that is literally and actually free for speech and all, that's where you go. jeffmaclive.com. All right, hooligans, let's do the Pledge of Allegiance. Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I'm like this close to wearing sunglasses on the live. My eyeballs are so burned from doing this for so many years. I have a light bar right here. I have 2 ring lights up there. I have a TV in front of me. I have a monitor over here. I have a monitor over there. I have so much light projected into my eyeballs. Everything is just blurry everywhere I go. And my eyes are constantly watering. I have to wear sunglasses if I go outside, period. Like, it doesn't matter how gray it is outside, I have to wear sunglasses because the light it just kills me. I can't even see. So if you see me sitting here wearing sunglasses, one, I am a certified rapper. I have a bachelor's degree in music production and audio engineering, and I've been writing rap lyrics and recording rap music since I was 12 years old, and I'm 33 right now. So one, if you see me wearing sunglasses inside, mind your business, okay? I'm a rapper. 2, I'm also trying to protect my vision. And I don't want to do that because I know everybody's going to show up and just hate on me for wearing sunglasses. And that's why I haven't done it yet. But it's starting to get to the point where it may be unavoidable. And I'm sorry, but I need my eyeballs in order to do this job and hang out with all of you hooligans. And no matter how hard times get, I don't think I'll ever have a better job than I have right now. I love hanging out with you hooligans. I love that we get to grow and share things and learn together. And on my hardest days, I would never want to do anything else, ever. I appreciate all of you more than I can put into words, and I sincerely mean that. So like I said, about 3:15, which is 22 minutes or something like that from now, 23 minutes from now, I don't know, math. We will be going live again for Old Man Walter and Hyena Harris looking like total fools on the stage. Something about water, infrastructure. I mean, I could say lying, but I wanted to be more descriptive than that. But we will be covering that. I don't imagine it'll be a very long live, but we will make it as fun as possible. So I will see you later today. I think that's that. So big shout out to everyone that made donations. Join the membership program or purchase any merch. I appreciate all of you, and I would not be able to do this without you. So thank you guys so much for all your support. I'll see you on the next live. Until then, stand tall, shine bright, and that's a wrap.